Hey, welcome back tuning into the verification of the Winter 13-14 seasonal forecast. Issued the forecast at the end of November, the start of December. It was for a average to very slightly cooler of an average winter and mainly dry. So the forecast has been a bit of a disaster, really, because it's been a very mild winter and also very, very wet, of course, almost record-breakingly wet. So we'll go through the stats in a moment. It is important as forecasters when we issue longer-range forecasts that we come back at the end of the season to verify it, good or bad. This was not going to be a very good one for myself, but there we go. These things happen with long-range forecasts. It is very much an experimental science. Before I get on, we just want to talk about the advertising. There's video ads on my page, is at GazWeatherVids.com. If you press play on the video ad, you'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com. Thanks very much for doing that. So these are the temperature anomalies from the UK Met Office for the winter. Very mild winter across all parts of the country, coming out above the 81 to 2010 average. The warmest anomaly down in the southeast through East Anglia and southeastern England, where the anomaly was above 2 degrees above average, but all places coming out over a degree above average across England and Wales, and even about 0.5 to 1 degree through most of Scotland and Wales. So a very mild winter. Also a very, very wet winter for most parts of the country. So the rainfall anomalies again set against the 81 to 2010 average. Eastern parts did come out nearer normal. Actually, some parts of the East Anglian coast and the Lincolnshire coast came out around average or very slightly below average, would you believe? But most of the country had a very wet winter, particularly, of course, down in the south and the southwest around Somerset, those dreadfully flooded areas down in the south. There we had a rainfall anomalies over 170% of the average. The reason all of this occurred was that we had a very strong jet stream coming across the Atlantic, fueled by a very cold winter across the north and the eastern states of Canada. Actually, the forecast that I gave for America and Canada was much, much better than the forecast I gave for British Isles. I said there it was likely to be a cold winter. It always looked like to be a cold winter for the United States this year. They have had that cold winter, and that was in part responsible for fueling the jet stream that came across the Atlantic. The jet stream was also in a very unusual place. Normally in Atlantic winter, the jet stream would be going more or less across Scotland and to the north of Scotland. It was much further south than in a typically mild zone of winter, and that's why southern parts of the country had the worst of the rainfall, because those low pressures was really tracking across England and Wales, giving a very, very wet season. So it was a very wet winter and a very mild winter as well. Forecast was wrong from GazWeatherVids.com for this winter. As I say, went for average temperatures and maybe even slightly drier than average, although the confidence was always very low. But it was a wrong forecast this time. We'll hope for better next time. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.